Hello, my name is Carrie Ann Lukotsky, and today we will be looking at 3 different resources that help us determine why someone should join a professional organization. Professional organizations are a great thing to invest in and can be used in a lot of different ways. They provide a plethora of learning and teaching resources that teachers can potentially use to advance their own teaching skills, such as blogs, books, journals, podcasts, and more. They are also very informative, always keeping up with the latest intel on all things education. They also hold events that teachers can attend to increase their skill in professional development presentations. Today, all of our sources will be from the ISTE 2020 organization. The name of the first reference I used was 4 Ways to Bring History and Civics to Life. What a teacher can expect to learn. As someone who is studying to be a history teacher, this resource will help me gather several different teaching strategies that I can utilize and allow the students to have fun with learning. The teaching strategies that are provided are very suitable for all different types of learners. The teacher can look through the resources provided and decide which ones they think will suit their students best. The resources provided are National History Day, iCivics Educator Network, Flipgrid Grid Pals, and U.S. National Archives. How it'll serve the students. Many teachers tend to stick to a lecture-based teaching strategy while their students sit there and take notes. Students tend to get bored easily and begin to lose focus when this tactic is used. This resource allows me to gather different ideas that I can use to get the students involved in the learning process. If students find learning fun, it'll provide them with motivation and encouragement to focus and retain the content knowledge. Population. I think that high school students would benefit most from this resource. The National History Day event entails students to participate in contests at various levels, from local to national. It allows them the opportunity to create skits, websites, video documentaries, and more. A lot of work and research has to be put into it, and I think this is more of a high school level skill. I think that the iCivics Education Network and Flipgrid Grid Pals would be better suited for the middle school level. The educational games on iCivics may be a good resource to use for older students in elementary school, particularly the 4th and 5th graders. The second reference I looked into was titled 5 Reasons to Try the In-Class Flip. This resource provides the teacher with 5 ways that using a flipped classroom will benefit the students. It states that flipped classrooms promote student autonomy, provide immediate assistance and feedback, increase one-on-one time with each individual student, give teachers the control over the technological resources needed for each lesson, and make understanding and presenting the lesson plans easier for substitute teachers. Using a flipped classroom means that students are responsible for their own learning. It also gives them a sense of being in control by allowing them to make their own decisions as the teacher walks around the room and only acts as a guide. It actively gets them involved in the learning process, which will keep their interest in the lesson. Another thing that flipped classrooms provide for students is more one-on-one time with the teacher. This means that if a student is stuck on a problem and they are still having trouble after having it explained to them, the teacher can spend more time looking for the best way to make them understand. Population. This resource can be used by a teacher for any grade, though I do believe that it most suits elementary school students. Kids love to be active and play, but sitting around and listening to the teacher talk can easily make them become bored and lose focus. If the kids are able to be actively involved in their learning, there is a better chance that they will actually enjoy it. It is also a good strategy to use when working with very young students that need to learn how to work independently. At the end of the day, kids want to be able to go home and play after a long day of learning, rather than going home and doing more schoolwork. This may result in the student failing to complete any or all of the homework that has been assigned. Testing the student's knowledge with in-class activities would be a much more effective process. The teacher is also there to help them if need be, rather than a parent that doesn't understand the work. Though I believe that this resource mostly benefits elementary school students, it can still be used for middle and high school as well. What would be an obvious statement is that as they get older, the activities must match their skill level. This can make it a bit difficult to think of activities the older they get. This resource is a journal with the title, "The Case for Early Identification and Early Intervention in Assistive Technology." A teacher can learn many things from this article. For example, it talks about the pros and cons that the use of assistive technology can provide. This allows the teacher to be able to form their own opinions as to whether they think that they should use these new types of technology or not. It states that there are plenty of different softwares or programs out there that are not only designed for children with disabilities, but for those without them as well. The article also talks about the various struggles that students with disabilities face without access to assistive technology. This will allow teachers a chance to take a glimpse of the everyday life of someone with a disability. This may make them more empathetic, in turn granting them more patience when working with said students. It also ensures what it is that you should do and who you should contact as a teacher that believes a student is in need of assistive technology. There are many benefits that teachers will provide their students with if they choose to use assistive technology within their classroom. The article talks about how assistive technologies can not only benefit a child in school, but it can improve their quality of life outside of school as well. It helps them be independent beings, improve how they think and feel about themselves, as well as aiding in changing the way that some people view disabilities. With the help of assistive technology, those with disabilities will not feel as if they are being left out. They will be able to participate in the activities that their peers do. When they are not given the option to use assistive technology, they may feel as if they are invisible and that no one cares that they are not able to participate in certain activities. Using this technology will make them feel that they are cared for and thought about. Any grade or age can benefit from the use of this resource. Unfortunately, students born with disabilities will continue to experience the same hardships throughout their school years, regardless of grade or age. Any type of assistive technology that helps them allows them to live a life of independence will be beneficial. The article also notes that the earlier you are able to get them assistive technology, the better. These are my references. And the conference summary. I chose Amanda Dills from the Francis Tuttle Technology Center did a presentation that people could attend online or in person that showed you how to create fun learning activities out of digital escape rooms. Several different softwares and programs were used in order to do such as Google Forms, Google Sites, Google Slides, and so on. These escape rooms provide the opportunity for teachers to accommodate individual learning needs, encourage independent learning, and create interactive learning tools. I would have liked to attend this presentation because I have always been a lover of puzzles, and this sounds like a fun and creative way to get students excited about learning and have them physically interact with the learning process. Next, there were speakers from Apple Education who hosted a panel to talk about different ways to inspire today's educators to create a learning environment that is diversified and creative. Though I have a few ideas as to what teaching strategies I would use in order to appeal to all types of learning styles and get creative with the learning process, there is still so much for me to learn. You never know what new and creative ideas others will come up with that you had never even thought of before. Lastly, there was Trisha and Erica who gave a presentation on how to use green screen and animation techniques to spice up how you teach. The creators at Do Inc. created a green screen app for iOS software that allows the users to edit themselves to look as if they are flying or transforming into a mythical creature. It also entails a feature that lets you add a recording to your animation to make it look as if you are the one speaking through your character. I would have liked to attend this event because it is a concept I have never heard of before, but it sounds like a fun way for kids to engage in learning.